Aakash is awesome. Fucking
We'll see, bro. We'll see.
Dude, he brought gold chain, dude.
Hey.
Dude. My grandma.
How you living, Akash? Let's get into that. How you living, man? I see.
You're famous. Like, you're traveling.
I wish I was famous.
Dude, he's like in
really,
Colombia. He's in Singapore.
You're too cool to wish you were famous.
I know. Now I'm in New York, man. I'm with you
crypto
guys now.
broing. Crypto broing.
You and
New
Atu
York.
linking up at all or no?
Yo, we did before. Did he leave yet?
Atu's gonna link up as soon as he found out that you were crypto, bro.
Yeah,
man, Akash, I haven't talked to him in 6
years.
years.
He was excited. Like,
no, he was hyped. He was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, he does that. He can. We call it like the hype man syndrome.
Yeah. Dude, I mentioned it once because before we met, he didn't even know I was into crypto or anything. I mentioned it once. The dude was like, "Holy shit!" Every like 5 seconds, he's like, "Damn, bro, I can't believe you're doing crypto! Like, holy crap!"
It's the hype man.
Yeah,
they have to have a refrain.
Yeah.
Damn. Atu.
Yeah.
So, crypto broing?
Crypto broing. Getting back. You gave me the intro back in
like
2018 or something.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
2018 was a long time ago. It's coming back. Yeah, like what? What are we doing? Memes? We're doing memes right now. Memes are sexy and hype. What happens after this? What's the rest of the cycle?
Man, that's exactly what everyone's trying to figure out. Every cycle, like everyone's like, yeah, I know this is exactly what's gonna happen. Every single one of them wrong every time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I was not wrong on the last cycle that the lending 8% on borrowed crypto wasn't a good business model. I was dead right on that.
Really? I mean, how'd you figure that one out, man?
Like common sense, like meme crypto goes to zero. Big surprise, rag pull.
The amount of friends I have trading perps on meme coins is insane.
It's indicative of certain demise.
Certain demise.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for like the first app running on the blockchain that actually works.
Yeah.
First class I taught on blockchain was 2016.
Okay.
And I'm still waiting.
I know you were trying. You were trying to get one.
Dude, you can't make it work. It doesn't work.
Yeah. I mean, what do you mean by it actually runs on the blockchain, though? Like
any of the promise of blockchain is delivered. Like any of the value that many people, including myself, believe is possible vis-a-vis blockchain. Like Bitcoin works.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, I mean, it's all outside of that just been.
So what does a crypto bro do?
Promise. Crypto bro sits there, buys a bunch of coins and pretends he knows what he's doing.
All right. Well, what are you doing then? I know that's not your path.
So I actually can't fully talk about what I'm doing.
Oh, super secret.
It's super secret stuff.
Hey, let me come on your podcast and then
be super secret.
And be secretive. I'm doing secret stuff. He's like a spy. He's a crypto spy then.
Crypto spy bro.
Yeah. That's what we need to make, like crypto bro NFTs, like the apes, and then we'll have crypto spy bro, crypto douche bro, crypto.
Dude, I think NFTs. That's one thing that's that's kind of dead. I feel it's still happening, but
there's utility. Got to use it in the proper way,
but
and it needs to run fast enough.
That's everything, right? Everything in this space, there is utility.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you said, though, hasn't been.
Well, the speed isn't there, right? I mean, I think
realized
the layer 2 never delivered on the promise.
Yeah.
Is it so is this a bet on the future? Is it a job? Is it like the technology eventually wins, right? It's just what's the investment time horizon?
Yeah. And right now, at least for like the next year and then maybe foreseeing to the next cycle, it's just a bet on, hey, there's a lot of eyeballs on this. It's growing every single cycle. People try to be like, oh, it's not good. It's not going anywhere. It's still going up. So just be a part of that ride and see where it goes. Yeah.
So what's the prediction? We all need a prediction here on the low of Bitcoin in the next cycle when it falls out. Got to come up with a number.
Got to come up with the number.
Last time 27 was my number. 17 was what paid.
Dude, I don't think I don't know. I might be a little too bullish on this, but I can't see it going below like 80. I feel like 80 minimum.
Yeah,
this
you're
summer.
wrong. How about you?
I agree. You're wrong.
That's bullish. That's strong bullish.
Yeah.
That's crypto bull, bro.
I was originally going to say 23.
23?
I don't know if I want to let Aakash trick me. I'm going to let him trick me. I'm going to go 31.
All right.
31. That's like, I feel like, I think that's super bearish.
Well, no, it's going to be.
I also don't know what the fuck I'm talking about when it comes to this.
I mean,
it's actually
like, who
it's
knows
way,
really
it's way
these
better than
days?
Akash's pick, so he can say what he wants. But I mean,
Hey, we'll
Yeah,
know
I
know,
in
it might
a
only
year.
be that
This
and
would
it-
be the most that I would know about it, like the highs and the lows of that.
yeah, and
Those I remember.
and it will be that low for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to lose 90% of its high. So
I mean, so from what I've seen in the last cycles, it usually goes like just around or below the previous all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking 70, 80 range would make sense this time.
that's fair. That's,
Yeah.
that's better logic.
So what's your number? I haven't heard your number.
Yeah, I had 17 last time. I have 27 now. It'll hit 20. I would say a buy range is 38. I would
Okay.
if it hits 38, I would start buying. That's my.
Oh, 100%.
That's my.
Yeah.
But I mean, last time the buy range was like 20, 18. So like it didn't spend much time in that buy range, right? And so, it was about a 75 high and I thought it would
Last
get
time,
1/3.
I sold at 17.
That's good.
So
stuff.
like anything I say,
yeah,
definitely
don't
do the
listen to you.
opposite.
That's helpful.
Yeah.
Never sell. Bro.
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
sell. You need to know that.
Yeah,
So
go
what's
full
up, man?
Michael
You've
Saylor.
been to the island, man. You went to the crypto island and everything
I went to the island.
with your people.
Secret island.
Was it
with,
150 people?
vampire,
Yeah.
Brian Johnson.
Yeah, he's supposed to be on the show when I'm in LA coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's coming in New York this week. He's got like a event and stuff going on here. But 150 people in an island, nothing else to do, just abandoned city, ghost city by
Was
a
it
bunch of
ghost
like
city?
Chinese billionaires. It pretty much was. Like if we weren't there, so this city in Malaysia was built. I think it's built to hold the capacity of like 100,000 people, something like that. The actual amount of people living there was less than 10,000.
Okay.
And you see all these like beautiful apartment buildings, beautiful from the outside. You go inside, they're all busted up. From the outside, you see all these beautiful buildings. Every single one's empty. There's like 5 stores open, like 10 people you see walking around every day. And otherwise, it's just like an isolated playground. Pretty much, you could do whatever you want with.
What did you do? What's it like living in a ghost?
You're leading up to like it sounds very nefarious.
Yeah, like is there human sacrifice?
I mean, it was because think about it. Like, so I was already traveling Asia at this point, and the only kind of marketing for this was one tweet from Balaji Srinivasan, executive
I
of
saw that. I
Coinbase.
remember that tweet.
Yeah, and nothing else. Literally, everybody I told about this, my parents were like, "Yo, this is gonna be a cult. Like, don't go here. This is gonna be scary." But I'm like, come on, like this dude probably isn't trying to rug me. He already has enough money.
Yeah, he's not
already got
robbing you.
enough. All right, Brian
You
Johnson,
may take your
Naval
kidney.
too. Yeah, but
You
I
got
got
another
2.
one of those,
Got
yeah.
one to
You
spare.
got
Yeah.
to-
Yeah, so just kind of signed up for it on a whim, and nothing terrible happened. You go in, and it was a fantastic experience. It literally what it ended up being was a place to focus, sit there, and just work, meet a bunch of other different people who are also working on their businesses into the same thing, and then also have access to people like Balaji or Brian to help you with everything from like your health and fitness to whatever startup or business you're working on. And this was kind of like the V1, like V0 of everything. They're just starting up this new city, kind of like a twin city to Singapore.
Who was the most annoying person you met there?
You can't say that.
You don't have to say who it is.
There were a few.
Were there annoying people? Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
quite a few.
course
Were they
there
all the Indian guys? Like,
Can't say.
Can't say.
Might have been a few.
Yeah.
But
Dude, he's my favorite Aakash in the whole world.
Wow.
dude, that's big. Out of how many Akashes?
There's a lot.
There is a lot.
Oh, true. I mean, how many Akashes do you know though?
at least 5 or 6. But
I'll
I'm
take it,
counting
I'll
you a
take it.
bet ahead of all of them. Like there's got to be 1 million Akashes.
Oh, there's a shit ton.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're
yeah,
better than
yeah.
all of them.
Yes.
You're the best Akash.
You heard it here.
Right here. I just
Right
said
here.
it. I literally said it.
Yeah.
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 So you got these annoying people and then a bunch of exceptional
Yeah,
people.
but only like 5%. It was like kind of the
5-6 people that just
yeah,
make you crazy.
yeah.
They
To answer your
snuck past.
question, like the type of people who just like I don't know, just have like a say in every single thing, some comment to say. Not going to do anything about it, but some like passive aggressive comment on the side.
Yeah. Passive aggressiveness is no good.
Yeah.
Chris, that's Chris.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
passive
it.
aggressive.
No, you're just aggressive.
True.
That's better.
Yeah,
Because
my-
then you
it's
know
my
what you
battle
mean your
rapping.
shit.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
It's
it.
my battle rapping background.
Yeah. So, dude, you were rapping.
I was rapping.
Yeah, you're rapping.
What was I rapping?
When you put out that album.
Dude, yeah. Exactly, yeah.
So
You
you're
talking
hanging
about
out.
Nav, dude? That's fucked up. My man's tall, bro. I think Nav is short.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't tell. I don't know how tall he actually is.
He's got a tall personality, but I don't think it's. I think
He's
it's
not
one of
that
those,
tall.
Yeah, I don't think it's little guy stuff. He had to figure out a different way.
yeah.
Shout out
You know what
Nav.
would be fun? We should send Akash to updating.
Yeah. You're perfect, bro. You're
man.
perfect for
Yeah,
updating. Yeah.
dude.
I got questions. Forget
Yeah,
this
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
dude. He's gonna ask you about
Go
crypto shit, bro. When did you get cool?
Yeah.
When did I get cool?
Bro. I
Yeah, like,
remember.
what does that
I was
mean?
getting to that. I was getting
Don't
to
worry.
that.
I'm gonna explain exactly what I mean.
I was gonna get to that. I was gonna open it.
I know that this obviously wasn't the first time that I met you, but my earliest memory, because I don't have a lot of memories, the earliest memory that I have of you is going up in front of the room at CEO and being like one of the top most nervous people that I had ever seen in life at that time.
Really?
Yeah. And it was
He
the
was
thing of like,
nervous.
wow, this is impressive how nervous he is, but it's also impressive that you were up there doing it because you were severely discomfortable.
Damn, I didn't think anyone could tell. Damn.
No,
dude,
it was
definitely
everyone could tell. There
Yeah.
wasn't a single person that was alive.
Because
that
what
couldn't
was it?
tell.
I think it was CEO. Maybe it was my sophomore year.
Yes.
Yeah.
It might have been
Probably.
freshman.
It
end of
might have been
beginning of
freshman. You were
sophomore.
young. You were
Yeah,
really young.
sophomore year, because I didn't meet you till my sophomore year.
Yeah,
Because
that's when I
Case
met
told
you.
me, like Loki
Yeah.
guys, they told me.
And
yeah.
then all of a sudden, I'm on Instagram one day, and he's fucking
He's
stoic
jacked
Dan
and he's
Bilzerian,
like, yeah,
and stoic Indian Dan Bilzerian, and yeah.
yeah.
That's it.
Dude,
Indian
he's
Dan
got
Bilzerian.
dude, that's him. He's got like, and also that guy in Romania. He's got a house in Romania with 7 OnlyFans girls locked up.
Tate, you're giving him your
Tate,
he's
yeah,
Indian
Tate.
Tate. as
Yeah,
well?
Damn,
yeah,
Indian
He's up to
Tate,
that.
Indian
I'll take that.
Bilzerian.
It's like with his
It's a good thing he
Ferraris.
came when he did, and
Yeah.
not like anyway.
Yeah, this is our show.
Yeah. So
So when'd you
I
get
feel
cool?
like that.
I don't know, man. Kind of just happens over time.
No.
No.
That transition does
Nah,
not just
dude.
happen.
I mean, for you guys have
there is
been
work and intent.
Sure.
I
Like,
have too many blind spots in terms of knowing you. I know you sparsely throughout time.
Yeah.
So you got to tell me what the fuck
He
happened
has,
in
he
between.
has, dude. He's
What?
He's playing it off, but he got cool.
Yeah,
No,
but I
that's-
mean,
I'm
so
trying to
like,
get there.
because you guys, for you, it's like, oh, like I don't know, like an IG picture here, IG picture there.
Right.
Like, oh, he was like this, and then
No,
oh
this
shit,
is
his
exactly
picture's
an
like this or
IG
something.
picture. That's what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Like little sophomore Aakash wasn't dropping
No.
last year's IG
Oh
account.
hell no. But I think it was over time. Like for sure, I think what helped a lot was giving more presentations and stuff like that. That was like the bare start of it. Like there was CEO and then IQ, and then like by the time I was a senior, I was doing like little like Werth events and stuff like that. And then
You heard that,
COVID
by the
hit.
way? Little Worth events. In your
Little Worth.
little
I got the
thing.
Little
In your
Worth.
little thing that you
hey,
got
back
going on.
then it was
Yeah.
little.
Yeah, dude.
Humble beginnings.
It's still
No,
low.
it was.
So hey, what happened before he says this? What happened is this is God's truth from me watching, who's seen more than you. He got self-confidence somewhere along the way.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
And
Obviously,
like
but
some point he started believing it, and then others started believing it.
Yep.
For sure.
I mean, for sure, like there was intention in college too. Like all the time, I would be in a type of position where I'm like, I knew this was like a skill I was lacking. I knew I wanted a level of confidence, which obviously I didn't have. And it was over time, like I did all this shit at UConn, like just going up, knocking on random doors, talking to random people, like pretty much door-to-door sales, but just talking to random people. Talking to random people at bars, just like throughout UConn, like I could go back and look at my old like diary and journal entries, and I could kind of see a little bit of that transition myself. So that was, I don't know, the beginning of
So
it.
there's no
But there's a
no turning
lockstep.
point.
There's
It
a
seems-
lockstep
it seems
where
like
all of a
there was
sudden the rest of the world can see it too.
Yeah, I think it's always,
And I think this is important for young people and students.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, for sure.
for sure. Think about the future.
Yeah, because and then it was like full COVID time, full darkness, didn't do much. That's when my only social output, like both of you were on this, was the Zach
we
and
were on the
Aakash show.
podcast,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Zach and Aakash is one of the best podcasts
Yeah, that
ever
shit was
made.
sick.
Ever, dude.
Dude, seriously, it was like the craziest idea was they did it live,
Yeah.
like streaming it. It was
Dude,
insane.
the worst was one night we did like a late night episode
Yeah.
where Zach and I just got fucked up and just started saying,
Yeah,
rant-
your problem is you released it. That's the problem.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
like 20 of those, and those will be released, but only when things are.
Nah, dude. It
Well,
was
we were
great.
live streaming it.
Yeah, they were live
no,
streaming.
I
There was
know.
no
That's
release.
Balls. That's balls.
Yeah. But we had to take down the late night one, but yeah, it was just
Who had to take it down? You or Zach? Probably Zach.
Zach, but like both of us are like, nah, maybe one
You were
day
okay
we'll
with it?
relaunch
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Dude, we should get the Zach and Aakash show back.
Dude, I know. I bug Zach sometimes. Sometimes I hit him up, be like, we got to do some shit. Yeah. Cause
He
mean,
didn't get cool. He was very cool, and then he got less cool.
Zach was like a very chill dude,
Yeah.
came in with like that big ass like jawline and
Yeah.
everything. I was like, oh, damn, who is this kid?
And he was like, his work product was so good.
His
His work product, like when he get on something and go do it, it was quality.
yeah, because like you work with a lot of devs, a lot of engineers, and most people are shipping shit. There's like, I can count like a handful of people I met at the time at UConn or even after that are actually pushing real quality products, not just some code that works, but it actually like looks pretty, looks good. And Zach was one of those people. He just got it right from the beginning.
Mm.
Yeah.
That must be a gift, I guess,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a hindrance, sort of, because
to get something.
there's no pressure to get better.
Well, maybe yeah. That's certainly true in some areas. I don't know like how good you got to get at writing code though. Like if you push pretty
just mean
if your
generally,
code's
yeah.
efficient and you can do it and it works, it's not like there's a
yeah.
diminishing return. That's what I would say. Is as you get better, like
Yeah. I mean, there's a whole term called like a good engineer, right?
yeah.
The biggest, like, this is where I came to in my journey too, where I could build anything I want, but I was shit at marketing it. And that's what it comes down to. That's where like the product side comes down, where, okay, now you're not only good at building something, you actually figure out what do people want, what looks good, what are people going to use.
So Meme Lord came on here. You know the Meme Lord?
I saw the thumbnail,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So the Meme Lord came and like I bought his meme maker thing software for like $70 for a year, $60-$70. I was like, I always support people that come on and I can't figure out how to use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
How
Mac's
old are you
job?
now?
What?
Isn't that Mac's job? Isn't she supposed to figure out how to use it?
Yeah, I sent it to her and she's not good at memes.
Yeah.
So now we got to figure
Yeah, that
out who
makes
to give
sense.
it to next. Because like I have to suspect based on the conversation with the Meme Lord that he pushed something that works and does something really well. It's just like I'm looking at it and it's got this like 1994 interface. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to press. Or maybe I don't know how to make a meme.
How to
You know,
make
one or
memes.
the other.
Yeah, I didn't realize how important of a skill making memes is. Like I came to realize that over the past. I thought just like some people running these accounts online, kind of funny, relatable. Like, huge industries running on just people putting memes.
The entire political system is a meme.
Yeah,
Dude.
yeah,
Like across the globe.
yeah,
Like the world is running on memes. Elon,
yeah. He's the king of that.
he's got 400 billion or something the other day.
Mm-hmm.
When do you get like your first 100 billy? What's the thing you buy when you crack a Billy?
What I buy when I crack.
Yeah, for you. Like, what's the ridiculous thing? You know, you can buy. Like, he's gonna buy something stupid.
I'm just
We're
an
gonna
island,
know.
man.
Just an island. You're gonna
Just
get an island. You guys gonna lift weights?
I don't even know what I do in an island. It'd just be cool to have your own island. It's like your own little mini country.
So you're gonna start a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I learned from the network school, start my own
Yeah.
network.
So would you consider it a cult or no?
Nah, absolutely not.
If
so
I ask you
what
when there's
it's
no cameras and microphones on,
That's
what
what,
you
that's
say?
what you say when you're in the
yeah,
cult.
try asking me
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
No, but like it's what it's trending towards is more and more like a startup society, more almost like YC. So they're launching V2 in March, and it's going a lot more like, hey, if you have an idea to build a startup to build, here's a place you can come where you bring your runway down really, really low. You have all these cool people mentoring you, and you build some crazy shit.
I think startups are dead.
What does that mean?
It means exactly what it means. It means you got 1 million people trying to build a startup, and a lot of stuff comes out that we don't need.
True. But I mean, that's kind of always been the case.
But like the process
Business,
of
no?
building a startup now, like that's the way to do it. Is you got to surround like the studio right now. The studio model is a better model. The efficiencies from people doing, some of the infrastructure of the startup. Like, why would you ask someone to be a first-time CEO?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Like,
Yeah.
you ever been in a startup team and they're like hiring people? They always hire the dumbest people.
And going through it right now.
Yeah.
But they've actually been pretty good about hiring people right now.
That's what he says today.
Today, so far.
Yeah, you haven't hired them yet, dog. They're gonna. How long have they been
He's hired
around?
A couple.
How long have they been around?
So I've only been around for a month, and the team's almost like doubled since I joined. So I've seen like, but yeah, it's only been a month though.
Right.
Yeah. So far, I've actually been really surprised about the quality of people out of like any place or like
Are
any
you
group of
building
people
your
I
own
worked with.
engineering team, or are you outsourcing it today? If you were doing just a startup,
It really depends. For the most part, MVP.
for like Burnsy's stuff, are you outsourcing that team as you go to scale, or are you?
As I go to scale, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To build like an MVP with AI
No,
and stuff,
Yeah,
so
no,
fast.
it's so
It's
fast.
so
But,
easy.
I mean, when you're talking like enterprise implementation level. So,
Yeah.
So you're gonna have an implementation
think
team, but like, are you gonna have a code
You
team?
want to have a couple killers on your team for sure that are like actually they're deving. I think that's a lot more valuable than outsourcing it, but at the same time, it's going to be a lot more expensive than outsourcing it too. Like outsourcing stuff is great for them maintaining your stuff and adding small features and stuff.
So you need killers to build
to like
new
actually
products.
push, build new product to actually like push the bar, and then other people take care of the mess and contain it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
There you go.
yeah.
That's legitimate startup advice right there from Aakash.
Good. Having run no successful startups,
That's,
but done a lot of dev work.
you've been a successful engineer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. It's just weird, man, because like you said, you were just a dork back in the day.
I didn't call him a dork.
That's what
but
Chris
I
said.
implied
Yeah,
it.
that's what he implied.
heavily
You
implied.
should have heard what he
I'm
said.
not saying
you
you're a
should have heard
dork,
he
but-
said when I was like, "Oh, Akash is coming in." You know?
What did I
Oh,
say? I feel like I said pretty much that.
Yeah, you said, "I can't wait to get that dork." And I was
I did not say
yeah,
that.
he was like, "That fucking kid was such a dork." Blah 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 blah. blah. And I'm like, "Dude, no,
Pull
no,
up
no.
the receipts. Where's the receipts for this?
I don't know. I lost my phone.
Yeah.
Never
trust a
there you
lawyer,
go.
bro. Never
That's
trust a
huge.
Dude,
lawyer.
he was, and I was like, yeah, Akash was kind of a little bit lost. No, but like speaking of, dude, what's Andy Duro up to? Is he
Yo,
like,
I was just
I'm on his
catching up
close
with
friends
them.
for some reason. I love that. I love that I ended up there.
did you? I'm not
You're
in
on it.
there.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
you're
so sad then.
fucking- Oh,
'Cause,
it's
like,
so good. He just
he's
picks
great.
the weirdest shit. Are you on it?
yeah.
Dude, I don't know
I've known
what the fuck
Andy
that
is the
guy's
guy
doing.
who
Andy's a
taught me
great
to
guy.
code.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He taught me to code in like high school.
Of
He's my
course.
favorite. He might be my favorite geek of all the geeks.
He's really good.
And he's like, dude, I'm gonna quit school to make a cheaper version of Uber,
For college
which is
campus.
losing money for college campuses. I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. He's like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm like, well, let it roll.
Dude, that's what I love and hate about Andy. he's like super passionate, goes balls deep into his ideas, and like does some crazy shit. But yeah, he will listen to no one. Once he's set on something, if it's aligned with you, it's fantastic. Dude's a powerhouse. If it's not, I mean, that like, you know, with Dropboard, when we were originally working on that, right? That's a similar thing. As long as you're aligned, he's killing. But then, yeah, dude's always on his vision. But you know what he's working on right now, right?
No, I have no idea. That's why I'm
He's
asking. I'm
working
not
on
on the
some-
close friends.
I am on the close friends, and I also have no idea what the fuck he's
Yeah,
working
so
on.
one, dude did a really good job building his Twitter. His his Twitter, I think
He
it
has
was
his
like
own
30K.
Twitter.
I didn't know either.
He's at like
disclosed on the
30K.
close
So
friends.
Balaji actually
How do I get on Andy
reached
Durrell's
out to him
Twitter? What's the name of it?
Nexwist. Nexuist. There you go. Now he's going to triple in size.
Dude, yeah, he's gonna get at least 3 new followers.
Yeah. There you go. Exponential.
We need to cut it and send it to him. Give him the clip, pushing it.
Yeah.
So tell me what this Twitter is.
So his Twitter is just a lot of shit posting, funny, Andy level humor, but it does well. Dude gets crazy engagement, and he's building like his own version of Twitter called 2 Cents.
So I thought you said he already built his own version of Twitter. No, you're saying he has a Twitter account.
Yeah, and his account,
Okay.
but he is building his own version where your username is your net worth. It's all anonymous. And you're just talking. You connect like your crypto wallets. You connect your bank
What do you
accounts.
do if it's negative?
Dude, you're on there.
He needs a negative on his usernames.
I think it is allowed. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it is
awesome.
allowed.
I gotta get on this.
Yeah.
I gotta get like an early account.
Yeah, dude.
Do you change your username through time as your
Yeah. So like, it just
and like can you see
your
the
latest
history?
update.
That would be cool. History of your net worth on your that's your
Yeah,
user
yeah.
account.
I don't know. Yeah, last week I told him to put me on the wait list. I'm not on it yet.
What a
He'll get me
fucker.
on soon, right?
What like okay, yeah,
I get him some Caesar salad. He can't even put me on the wait list.
like dude. Like what's his, what the hell is that? How does he not put you on
I
it?
support it. I think it's fun.
Yeah, you're
It's
an
funny.
asshole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call Andy.
Dude, call him.
I need
Call
to
him.
get on
You'll
it.
never get on the close friends,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm
You'll
getting
be
on
in-
I'm calling him and I'm demanding to be on the close friends. I'm
No.
demanding I get on the wait
No.
list. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna tweet at him too, apparently.
Dude, tweet at him.
I'm gonna tweet at him.
Do it
Yeah.
till your
Bro,
fingers turn around.
I
dude.
love shit posters.
Dude, he is the number one shit
I'm gonna put
poster.
him after Jack. I'm gonna send him after Jack.
You gotta
Reigns?
listen, dude. You
I'm
gotta.
gonna send him right after. Like if he's that good of a, I'm gonna go through his stuff, and if he is, I'm putting him after Jack Reigns.
You want it too much. That's why you're not cool, dude. Me and Aakash are cool. You're like, oh, please pick me, put me on the close friends.
I don't want the close.
I know, yeah, you
could
get the
care
dork
less.
title now.
I want him to shit post after Reigns, because Reigns is a quality shit poster.
Yeah.
So if Andy's good, we could get a little post off,
Yeah, it's
kind of
like
like Hansel and
niche shit posting that works. Enough for like the CTO of Coinbase to reach out and give you or offer some money for your company.
right.
Yeah, right. So yeah, he's doing shit.
You go to the island. He shit posts.
I didn't even notice it. Yeah, you didn't have to go to the island.
You go to the guy's island.
You
Yeah.
got sweet Instagram posts though out of that, so there's that.
That's none from the island.
None? Oh, they took your
there's
phones.
been no drops.
They put the Joe Rogan bags on them.
What was the?
When you go to one of their clubs, when they say the N word or whatever, they put your phone in a bag and they're like, nope, you can't film on saying it.
Yeah, fair.
Shout out Yonder. That's the company that does them.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's not much on. It's like a beautiful area where like the location of everything is, but not too much to really post about.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, with you just be posting you in the gym, posting you
Damn, you guys been
writing your
stalking me.
journal, writing in
Nah,
your
dude,
journal.
the algorithm's like, you need to see Aakash. He's cool now.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
check
yeah.
it out.
Yeah, Atu's algorithm.
No, I said no, not
Yeah.
that. Yeah, Aju's
Atu's
algorithm.
algorithm. He's freaking out.
Yeah,
He's hyping you.
What's he got?
He's got memes, man. He's gonna be excited
Dude,
to see you.
Yeah, after Instagram's gone crazy after Zuckerberg's flip and everything lifted. The Instagram feed is wild.
Is
Like,
it?
Yeah, I'm seeing some like Twitter, like old like Twitter crazy level shit on my Instagram feed now.
Really? You got to
Yeah.
send me some when you see something good, because
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
get
yeah.
I don't get shit.
So is
Yeah.
Zuck like just kissing the ring? Like
Yeah.
now he's flipping. No,
No.
or is it's definitely that. That's in the
Or is he
pic- mix
kissing the
somewhere.
pickle?
Is he
I think
kissing,
he's kissing the
is he-
pickle.
Is he kissing the ring solely? Or did he always kind of want to be like this and he gets
Always.
to do it? Yeah.
You think so?
He's always been a libertarian.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he didn't want to limit the free speech the first time. Peter Thiel's is first investor.
Okay.
That's my take.
Yeah, but there were also those letters with like Thiel kind of pushing him to do the whole rebrand and everything.
Yeah. I mean, did you see Google drop DEI today, man?
They dropped what?
Like DEI. They're like, yeah, we don't do that anymore.
Google dropped it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's insane.
You can get a job there again.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, I love it when Indian guys try to claim that they're underrepresented. And it's like, dude, you're 98% of
everywhere outside of tech.
Yeah. And entrepreneurship and finance. Yeah, we're underrepresented.
Yeah.
We're underrepresented at McDonald's. We're underrepresented at,
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't benefit. But now you can apply again, bro.
There you go.
You know why? So
I don't want Google. They said no to me. Dude, it's funny.
That's the pretty girl, like when you were younger, that didn't want to deal with you,
Dude,
and then you got popped.
So I make it to the final round. The recruiter chick, she calls me all excited. She's like, I'm getting so hyped. I'm like, all right, let's go. She's like, yeah, yo, Aakash. I'm like, yeah, you didn't make it. I'm like, why the fuck do you sound so excited about that?
Why are you calling me?
Yeah.
like a text message would work right now.
Yeah, it's like, yo, just send me an email or just ghost me like all the other companies.
I love that. We should have that lady on the show.
Yeah. We should. Yeah. If I had a phone, I would call her. Like, let's talk to her. So Aakash gets like every entrepreneurship award. We get him a sweet VC internship in college, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to Amazon."
Yeah.
And then I call him up, and I'm like, "Dude, what the hell, man? Like, we invested a lot in all these things." And he goes, "Always my dream to go to big tech." And so then I had to go back and be like, "All right, so." Is this a win for the Werth Institute that he doesn't create a company or go into an early startup, but he gets the job that he always wanted?
Well,
seems like a pretty clear answer, no?
Yeah, no. I mean, that's how I reframe the whole thing. Is like we changed a lot of how we thought about what we were supposed to do because of Aakash, because of that story.
What kind of things did you change because of me?
Because of you? Yeah. No drinking on the trips.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was my dream. And then, you get there for a year and then it gets crushed real quick.
Yeah, they crush your dreams. But yeah, no, but you achieved it.
Achieved it. But it's also come full circle. Now I'm back in the startup early stage, like first year startup, right?
Well, we knew you would. So that was the thought process too, was like, all right, he's going to go there. And he's either going to exceed beyond any other mechanism internally, or he's going to leave and go start a startup in 5 to 7 years.
I've kind of come around on that. I used to, even when joining Amazon, part of me was like, damn, I wish I was going into startup, doing something different. Because I always wanted to do that. Always wanted to go the entrepreneurial route. But the biggest thing about like joining Amazon that like you don't see in any entrepreneurship content, I feel, is it just it gives you that runway you need to take like what I did like last couple of years, like take a couple of years off and like fuck around, try a bunch of different shit and see what sticks, which is like a lot of what it is. And, I'd rather do that with a good level of savings to like help me keep going versus having to worry about like what job I'm going to work to get some like side money and like split focus on two different things.
Yeah.
I did the other thing, but I didn't want to split focus, so I was just very poor and miserable. So
those
if you were wondering, if you were like, nah, maybe I should have like stuck it out and no, you were correct. You did the correct thing.
But I mean, both ways are two viable ways to get.
You get to where you're going if you're meant to be there.
But you have to, you got to go there. Hey, do you got the question from Momo Blue over there?
I can pull it up
because I don't have my phone.
I'll pull it up. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst ourselves. So. Momo Blue, she's something.
Blue.
Yeah, she sent a question for you. We have students sending questions.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, no, I sent her your Instagram and was like, "Hey, would you like to?"
Oh Jesus! Then I haven't listened to this. If
you I haven't listened. I don't know. So I was supposed to listen.
Do we need to do I need to show Aakash right now, or can I play?
Yeah, you bring it up so
you
can see it because sometimes it's her facial. Sometimes it's their facial expressions. It's her. So.
Oh, it's like a video question?
Yeah. She calls in.
Oh, okay,
She's
okay.
calling in.
Hi, Aakash. Big fan here. I'm wondering what made
Big
you
fan.
believe so heavily in this school that you decided to participate in the 3-month program. And did it meet your expectations, or was it kind of a Firefest situation?
Oh, network school.
Yeah, the network school. So, did it meet your expectations, or did you end up in Firefest?
You know, neither, to be honest.
Cool answer.
So yeah,
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
you go. So I went in expecting like, oh damn, like all these crazy like Vitalik, Brian Johnson, all these people. There's gonna be crazy ideas happening. People are gonna be building a lot of cool stuff. And what it ended up becoming is, I think they're going full startup mentality. They're trying to push this as fast as they can. So although they had the right intentions for this to be all it was, you know, their motto was like learn a lot about geopolitics, starting up startups and startup societies, burn, get good fitness done, earn, make money while doing it, and then have fun. And a lot of it, although they had the best intentions, during especially that first 3 months, they didn't fully end up delivering on, just because there was so much shit going on, like 150 people in like a kind of like half-broken island. So I think they did the best job they could. So it wasn't a Firefest. What they did deliver on was Brian Johnson stuff with the burn. Like it turns out it's super easy to lose 10 pounds when all your food is like pre-planned, healthy, taken care of. There's gym sessions every day in the morning, and there's a whole community around it of everyone doing the same thing every day. That was fantastic. You meet amazing people. Like the fun part took care of itself. The part that wasn't there that I expected was more of like that startup advice, more like pushing on the business side. What ended up being was more like a really good co-working space for a lot of like-minded
cool.
people to work towards. Yeah.
That's a legitimate question from her again. The best part was the question for Ash that we didn't play was like really funny. And it was like, so sometimes we get like funny jokes, and then sometimes we get legitimate questions. And that was like a legitimate question.
Yeah.
Would you do it again? Would you go back to new school, spend 3 months?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Once I'm able to be remote again, I'd definitely do it.
What's the self-improvement journey for you been like? Like this has been something you have deliberately worked on. You have coached other people. You've done it up and down now for 5 years. What does it mean to you?
Much longer. I mean, so again, it started back in like high school, like 2015, 2016, right on graduation is when like, you know, you start seeing like YouTube videos getting recommended to you, stuff like that. And for me, the biggest thing I realized, which like I still need to tell myself, is that everything will happen if you give it like 3 to 5 years and you're like constantly like thinking about it. You don't even have to like take crazy action. You can mess up as much as you want, but given 3 to 5 years, like most things you put your mind to will come true. You just got to like actually give it the time to do that.
What does that mean, putting your mind to it?
So in my like experience, every goal I'd set then, like, and I'll actually track this on a journal, like goals around my fitness, goals around my relationships, goals around my health and my
Aakash
business.
gets laid now.
Dude,
It's implied.
it's implied. But
But I mean, like, go back to CEO.
no, definitely not.
Would you bet on that?
Definitely not.
Like, there was a line out the door as soon as he got off in
yeah.
front of the chalkboard.
Like, would you have bet on that? No.
To plead the fifth, is that?
Yeah, no, you can't plead the
Dude,
fifth on the David
no
Noble show.
need,
Nobody was
man, no
betting on
need.
that shit.
Yeah.
Dude, nobody was betting on that shit. And I remember when I was like, first time I was like, he's an adult, like,
Yeah.
and he's a good dude and a smart guy and like works hard. I was like, this is good. I'm taking credit for it. That's
that's right. You meet David Noble,
Yeah,
you magically get laid.
Yeah. No, not that. I was just talking about how you have continued to evolve and grow, and it's been fun to be a part of. That's more what I mean.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
You're a student.
For
I'm
sure.
a teacher, you're a student, and you're like always be a student. You'll always be learning. You'll always be pushing. You'll always be trying. I mean, I think that's when you get into my business, like that's what you dream about. Like you want that. I think the pandemic killed it for me. Like,
Really?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like you just lost touch with people.
No, I think the students sucked afterwards. Like it just like they're dead inside.
I mean, I remember I had a mixed experience. Like I do those like mentorship sessions to kind of like give back and everything. And I kind of see what you mean. There's like one or two students who are like, they'll just do everything you say and then like shit works out. And a bunch of students who just like, they barely show up to the meeting or like nothing's
Barely
happening.
alive, and
You're
trying and you're
They're
trying.
doing
and
it
trying.
as like a credit or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And so like, yeah, no, now like if you remember back then when we all started and there was no credits for stuff, there was no like you chose to be there or you chose not to be there. And that was it. And everybody was now if you don't put credits around it and stuff, like they won't be there. And if you don't tell kids like, oh, this is why you're doing it, they won't try anything.
Honestly, so I think when the first like year, maybe this was my senior year when Werth Institute was like really getting pushed, I think that was the one thing I actually didn't like about it was that it was incentivized. Whereas before in like the CEO, like pretty big Werth Institute days, all the people who were there were kind of vetted in the sense that they had to find it. They had to like, there was some barrier and that
Yeah.
you had to be looking
back.
for it.
Yeah, no.
Find it and come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the best. So when you go to scale, you have to change
Right,
the
of course.
components.
Yeah.
And so so a lot of the stuff we built, like again, that girl, like she spent 2 years trying to find me. That's why we're helping her. Like she
Yeah.
spent 2 years.
And this is the third time that he said that today, by the way.
Yeah.
He loves saying it.
No, she spent 2 years trying to get
In
in.
2 years.
All right, I'll say one that I haven't said today. She took a job at the Werth Institute to meet me, and she's like, "Do you think I'll meet David Noble?" And they were like,
Damn.
No. They were like, "No,
You're too famous.
no,
You're too
They-
big.
like
the
I'm a
proper term is
ghost.
Hollywood.
I think it's a ghost. I'm a ghost.
He's
Like
Hollywood.
I'm not real.
He's got a show called The David Noble Show.
I
But
do have a David
Okay.
Noble show. Yeah, I got hats with my name on it and everything.
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
which
Only
is awesome.
his logo or
So
like
people are like, are you
out.
wearing a hat with your name? Yes, I am. Yeah, absolutely. But no, in realness, like that's why it's always been hard to get to me. Like that's always been intentional. You know, it's always been. You have to make it a challenge. You're right, 100%.
Yeah.
If there was a mechanism where you could. So the other thing is, when we decided to specifically try to help women, we had to change all the mechanisms.
How so?
So you had to like give them a reason. And then you had to push here and push there. And you kind of had to like be like, hey, this is going to get you a better job. That was the sales pitch, right? It's like, you're going to get a better job. Because if you tell them you're going to create a business, or you're going to do that, they're just like, no.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? And then you have little pieces of money. And that's why we never do like $30,000 scholarships, $20,000. Like it was like, they are incentivized, but they're small. We try to keep that as small as we can. And the awards, but then as you do stuff and grow, you get more investment, right?
Right.
And so we have those mechanisms, but yeah, it's a real, the cream rises still. They have to find their way. They have to find more than the basic, right? It's just, yeah, the basic, like we're all giving a little bit more to the people we weren't before.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to go to scale. You're trying to catch the 2 or 3 people that with the right push can be so much more than they would be otherwise.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that-
You just want to get enough people in. So
'Cause
filter out
entrepreneur-
end of the day.
Yeah, but entrepreneurship at the end of the day is about basically one student out of every 3 years. You're looking for one. So you got to get the funnel wide enough.
Yeah.
And then you got to run the tests. And so some of those things, yeah. So I think for that, let's call it 2 through 30, they lose a little in the effort to grab that one that's going to build $1 billion company.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe
I think
Bernsey does
Bernsy's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's got it this time. Like, it feels good. This is how it's supposed to
One
feel.
thing I like about Andrew from the beginning is as like still like anybody starting off, everyone has like crazy stupid ideas they're always working on. But his were a little more grounded in reality, had a little more like business grounding as opposed to other people just like even me, for example, building Dropboard, random like social shit. Versus him, he was from the beginning actually trying to look for those problems to solve. Look where that's ended him. He's on like this niche problem that he's solving that you wouldn't really find.
There's
most
specificity in them.
The most niche problem ever. But like, this is a sales pitch. We do these 3 things. Would you like to test it? Yes.
Yeah.
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 Will you pay for this? Yes. And now the price he's like, I signed up. As soon as I signed, he says, do you know anyone in this industry? I said, yeah, I know, like, I got a real guy in this spot, right? I called that guy, I sent him a description. It was like 2 sentences. He's like, I want to meet this.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, not only do you want to meet him, wait till you see what shows up when you do. And so both of us, we had a couple meetings with him and we're like, this is a guy that was like public company CEO, CFO, and me. And we're like, I hope Andrew chooses to work with us. That's how good I think his shit is right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, so we're on. I saw today, I got to sign an agreement with him. But I think my prediction is Burns Company's valued at $100 million by the end of the year. It's just, you start putting up revenue, you put a 10 multiple.
We were chatting. I mean, it's there and it's crazy. He can get to like realizing a good bit of it just like through the 2 people they have right now. And then, to really explode that. So I think we're going to look at a raise in March at like maybe $1 million raise or something. And I think we're looking at possibly a valued raise with $1 million ARR by the end of March. And so that's a 10x multiple just on back a napkin, right? So you're looking at $1 million for a $10 million company. This thing could be, and you start to do it, like that's 2 months. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's only been 2 months. Yeah.
He's going to grow faster. And if he gets an implementation team, he can roll out faster. Like his biggest struggle, I think, is going to be rolling it out and meeting the customer service components, because you're going to have to scale that team up so fast, because like heavy pockets of the industry are concentrated. But like you said, it's such a real niche problem. But the problem point is so fucking painful that his stuff is going to be a need, not a want. He's got everything on his side: regulatory, time, like technology. He's ready. He's not inventing
That's what we've
anything.
been waiting for.
It's literally since the day we saw him in IQ. It was the same IQ we met you guys were in.
No, I met Andrew in this like Ethereum blockchain class.
I met him. And that was post the IQ that you applied for. You were in IQ that summer.
No, I was in IQ the summer after.
Okay, so different.
Yeah.
No, it was still the same. Yeah. He came to the the big one where you're in the room and there's 150 people and they're he was there up in the crowd. And I met him that time, and it was you guys were in that, because you're 1 year ahead of him, right?
You're right, yeah.
Yeah. And so he was a freshman, you were a sophomore. You did it IQ.
So I did IQ my junior year, or it was the end of my sophomore year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. January your sophomore year. He was there January of his freshman year.
Oh,
he came in, and then he built the freaking app, and he was the first person at UConn that I saw that's like, hey, I built this thing and it works and people are using it.
Yeah, that was a lunchbox app or something.
Whatever they were tagging up, saving $1.75 on deliveries, right?
Yeah.
Kids something, man. Who else you hang out with from back in those days? Anyone?
There's Nick, if you remember.
Yeah.
Nick Quinn. I'm going to his wedding in
Get out.
June.
That kid got married? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Remember when I got him that internship and he called me up. He was like, I think they made a mistake. They're paying me too much money.
Yeah, dude. yeah. AQR,
dude,
right?
Yeah. He got paid. He's like, he's like, I think this is like summer is more than my parents make. Like they paid him. They paid him like a hedge fund. It was a hedge fund. So like they paid him on the.
He's come a long way from humble beginnings too, for sure. Yeah.
Is he still a Wayfarer? Or is he doing something?
No, he was at Capital One, and he just left to actually start his own business too. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You should probably hook up.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good kids, man. And Kyer was in that
AQR.
AQR.
Yeah. He was my roommate in Seattle. Yep. Yeah. Now he's also in health tech.
Yeah.
Out in California.
I keep confusing. So we helped. I always think like we helped Kyer raise his round, and we didn't. And it was a different computer kid. Yeah. But yeah, no, he's in health tech.
He went through like Berkeley's accelerator.
Yeah.
All that program. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there was one kid called me up, and I did like intro and like raised like 700,000 seed like that, and then forgot. Sometimes they forget when they close the round, they forget where the money came from, where the intro was. Like, but that's all right. That happens probably every other time. So, no, man, that was a great group. There was a great set. I think there was a really hungry, learning group of kids that are now young adults starting businesses all over the place, working in cool places.
Yeah, that was like the start of like everything. I feel like back then.
Yeah,
like everything was, or the start of everything coming together. Before that, everything was kind of in its own. There was IQ in its own separate thing, like CEO doing its thing.
It's like that again.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's back.
So it's all like pushed out.
Yeah, there was a couple
like a
years
3-4 year run.
Where
it was like really good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still great things, great programs, great students, great people doing things. But there was an opportunity to do something much, much bigger, and that door shut.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good though. I think any of these programs really pick and choose. Like people join them, kids join them, and you just learn so much.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you stick through with it.
I just want to work with more accomplished people. People that have proven the table stakes of the hard work.
Mm.
I don't want to spend much time with kids that their work ethic hasn't been validated and their resiliency hasn't been validated.
I mean, depending on what age you're looking at, that's rare. It's like super, super rare.
Well, no, I mean, I 0 to 100, right? Yeah. I mean, I think the sweet spot for me right now is like 27 to like 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you're you're not like looking at like students or anything like people.
No, I told you before. I'm like sort of like out of it. To that point. I think before there were a bunch of things like I don't know if it's the parenting or the COVID or the education or what it is, but there's something seriously broken, and I don't know if it'll filter through as the pandemic gets further and further away and the kids were less and less impacted by it or not. But the kids that were in high school during the pandemic really struggling to become adults.
Wow.
Yeah, they just miss a lot. It's the only way to put it. They don't understand. There's something that was lost in the pandemic and they can't get it. Like, don't ask them to do any work in a class. You're not going to last long as an instructor.
Yeah. I don't know. Part of me feels like that's also kind of always been the case, no? An example. I mean, like you've seen more, like you've seen the actual students.
I've been in higher ed for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's my, last year in it. And, last year for now. And it's been 2005. It's the first year I taught at Elon. And yeah, last year, someone actually asked me, I do the thing like, you want to ask me a question and I'll answer the question as on. And at the end of this semester, the kid's like, are you ever going to teach this class again? And I was like, no. Reality, the kids don't know mathematics well enough to succeed in the world.
Wow. So it comes down to math.
Everything comes down to math. You can't do anything if you can't do math. You can't do logic. It's just fundamental building blocks. You got any questions, man? You're here. You can ask away. You can take the close out the
Questions
show.
for me.
No, questions from you, not for you.
Yeah.
You can ask them to Chris too. He's been waiting. Like, when did he become cool?
Yeah, what's
I'm
up?
still waiting.
So I like caught your podcast with David. But yeah, what's coming for Fringe? What's next for you?
Everything. The biggest value about this business to me is just that you keep a flow of people that are doing substantial things, and not that everybody that comes through is doing substantial things, but there are a lot, and you meet them in a much higher frequency. So I want to do the best job of making like really substantial shows, and then I want to build all the other businesses that come along with that. So I look at it as being a partner to people that are really good at capturing attention and delivering some sort of message, and then figuring out how to optimize like their business and life.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Like, he's instrumental in that because he has more experience on how to do that. I have experience on not so much even making the best show from a creative standpoint, but like getting it done and checking the boxes and bringing all the people together to make it actually like happen. Because that's the biggest barrier, like, is like actually getting it done. It's a lot more involved than it looks. And I don't.
Yeah, look
thinks
at
it's-
this, dude. This is sick.
Yeah, but everyone thinks it's like 30 seconds of work, right? This is the easiest
This is literally
part.
my entire life.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
what
the
I do
easiest
all
part.
day, every day.
You know, you're booking people, you're thinking through it. You got to like, I obviously didn't have to read much of what you're doing, but like, you got to read through their stuff. You got to look through their social. You got to like get better at actually doing it. I mean, you know, you got to think through it. You got to talk. You know, like, you got to watch other podcasts. You got to listen to it. You got to watch your own.
Dude.
Watching your own is the worst.
I mean, yeah, I get it, man. I didn't go like this deep into it, but I dabbled in content for a couple years. And of course, the best channel, the one that did best, was Indian dude teaching people how to code. That's
It's
your
called
sweet
so that
supply
was
spot.
like
and
three-
demand.
Yeah.
Supply
was like 3
and
videos
demand.
in. I was getting like 20, 30K views a video.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. It was wild.
That's brown privilege, bro.
Yeah,
See,
that's what's
yeah.
up. But
He's got that.
But then, you know, I've also been on the other end where you're just like throwing shit out there. And outside, I used to think people just like, oh, it's like fun. They're just logging this fun stuff. But you're sitting there, you're scripting stuff, you're planning the sets, you're like editing it. And then you on top of it now, you got to actually get people in and do more of like the business side where it's not even like a YouTube channel where it's just at least you solo.
Well, it's just like, it's trying to figure out what works the best and what's the ideal scenario for everybody. Like, some people just want to show up and pay for shit to be done here, and then they have a team outside, or some people want to show up, they want me to handle all the post-production stuff. Some people just want to do that and have ads be all of their revenue, and then there's smart people that want to have the ad revenue and they want to like actually build something, but that takes a certain work ethic. It takes a certain sacrifice in lifestyle, and you have to also figure out like any business, what is the product or service that you're selling in that, and what is something that people are actually willing to pay for. Because like everyone in this room has spent time building something, trying to sell it, and then being like, oh, people don't want to buy this shit.
Yeah, dude. Like
Yeah.
this run, like the number, like all I've been doing is going like, hey, this is what I do. People call me to do it and being like, yo, will you pay me for this? That's the big change of, we're taking a lot of the Werth people out. Everybody on the team's been vetted, been part of it. And like, now we're just going like, hey, like, we do this anyway. Like, it's huge value. You're gonna have to pay us. And I was like really surprised how many people would say yes.
wow.
And I think it's because we're doing this stuff we're the best at.
You're doing it so much that you don't realize
The value.
that you're the best at doing it. My moment
Yeah,
again
that's-
was it like sitting right where you guys are sitting the other day. I was talking to a couple of producers that I'm hiring over here. They also came from the last place that I managed, like the last location that I managed. And they're great, but they were describing to me the reason why they were here talking to me, having left the other place, and the reasons for it. I was like, oh, I do that shit like without thinking about it before fucking 10 a.m. There's just a willingness to do things that sets you apart from other people. I'm not the technically best producer.
He's not very good with lights.
But I figure it out, and I find the people that'll help me figure it out. So guess what? Fuck you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like just go to the lights, right? Like today we're sitting around, we had someone that we can make fun of them all we want.
Right.
Because that's who we are.
Right.
But they know like way better than you.
For sure.
And you know way better than me how to make this all look good.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. That's what I think I can do actually probably better than anyone else is find the last 1%. Because Chris can do what he's trained and technically best at, superior experience, all those things. He can do that part best. But to get like the whole thing front to back best, he has to find the best people at each place, right? It's too much. He can't do all that. Same thing, like people call me up and they're like, hey, we don't know how to do this. Well, I don't know how to do it either, but I'm willing to figure it out. And I'm going to figure it out probably 10 times faster than anyone else at 1/100th of the cost. So now I'm creating value. So like I said, this in the stuff we're doing in Saudi Arabia. Tara and I have gotten further in Saudi Arabia than you could in 5 years, in like 6 months.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I mean?
They're just
but we've done it through. We got through a path. We saw a path. We've learned. We've listened. We've been on the ground. We've done it all. Now, I would bet
who the hell's willing to go to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, and it would take you probably $500,000 to do what we did for under 50, right?
Yeah.
And so you're like, well, is that valuable? Turns out a lot of people would like to go to Saudi Arabia and ask them to invest in their company. Well, you can do that, and Goldman Sachs will bring you, but they're going to do it on your American terms, and you're not going to be successful unless you are the one of 1,000, right?
Yeah.
And you got the best startup ever. But if you want to build a startup and you want to go into Saudi Arabia and build a startup, and like you could find there are reasons to do that. And the people that have those reasons are willing to go do it because it makes sense. And, that's just the reality of it. But like most people have no idea what it's even like. So you start to, that's just knowledge arbitrage, network arbitrage, maybe that's what we should call it, network arbitrage, where I don't know how to do this, but I know how to pick up a phone and call a guy that does.
Yeah.
Or call this woman and she's like, the best at this. Like, I don't know any Democrats, but I know some people that do, right? Like, so I can figure it out.
I mean, yeah, man, it's just resourcefulness in different ways.
Hard work, respect for you, integrity. I think that's a big one too, right? Like, people tend to want to work with people that they view have integrity.
Oh, yeah.
So you get known.
I mean, like,
fast.
trust is number one
Isn't
and everything. Yeah. Because like once somebody screws you over once, they could have done it right 100 times. Like, I don't want to work with this person.
It's not
anymore.
even the screw over. It's the how many times has someone told, and I no longer take what anyone says they can do something for their word. How many times has someone told you, I can do this, yet when they have to go do it, they can't?
It's not even, or sometimes it's like they do it, but it's just like far below any standard of like anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, what is this? Like this is supposed to be your expertise. I'm not even an expert in this.
And
I feel like I spent like 30 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I feel like that's 98% of all marketing agencies. They're running the same playbook, never thinking about what it is they're actually marketing, And
I mean, for them, it's just a lead in, converted, and it's good to go, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That model works to make money for a period of time. And I'm trying to spend my time now. I mapped it out the other day. I have 30 working years. And like the next 5 is 100 million. right? And like the next 5 after that is like really being in a position in 10 years from now, sitting on a significant amount of money, not because I care about money, just like want to do stupid shit like midget battles with the boats and stuff. But like
I'm on my private island.
on your private
Yeah.
island. But I mean, it's like the money is the tool to move the levers. Like you need money to move some levers. And like, so, all right, next 5 years, get enough money to move some levers. And the 5 years after that, really establish a sense of power and influence. And then spend 20 years moving mountains.
What's like what's the end? What's the North Star? What's it all leading to?
A life well lived. Die like nothing left, you know? Run it dry.
Experience it all.
Like, what else are you going to do? If you have talent and you have ambition and you sit around and what? Like, I've learned what? For 30 years, I've learned what? Insane amounts of knowledge, insane amounts of experience, have a track record, have tried things and failed, have like courage. Okay, for what reason? To get a house in Cape Cod? To be like mediocre? To be average, slightly better than average, to be upper middle class? Like, no.
The biggest trap, upper middle class. Yeah.
But like, no, to be exceptional, to do things nobody else can do, to have a story, a life that is unique and, you know, extraordinary. And so, you know, you got to take those chances. You got to go live in the network school and live on the island and try those things, you know? So that's, I think 100 million in the next 5 makes sense to me. Like I can figure that out. I don't know what the power and influence means, and I don't know what moving mountains mean, but I know but I know the direction,
you
right?
do know the direction.
And like the short to midterm goals are there and the pathways to get there are there, right? Like I took a call the other day and I was like, what's the commission on this? And it was like 134 million. And I was like, well, if I can close that in the next 5 years, I hit my goal. So like you could literally go 4 years without closing that one deal, but
and close it on the 5th.
Close it in the 5th and you're there.
Yeah.
And it goes to your point. Like if you spend 3 to 5 years doing something,
or you could just put your money in fart coin. Thought about
fart
that?
coin?
Fart coin.
I was thinking cum rocket myself.
Hey, either one.
Either one's a surefire
Either
winner.
one's surefire.
Did
Billionaire next
you got
year.
the Trump coin?
Yeah. After it did its run, and I lost money on the Trump coin. That's what happened. It was funny. Like
we don't usually do like quotes and stuff in the thumbnail, but I think that's gonna be the quote in the thumbnail. I lost money on the Trump coin. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I caught it actually fairly early, but I thought, I'm like, oh, it's already too late. I woke up the next morning. I'm like, fuck me. Like, what the hell? And then it started dipping again a little bit. I'm like, I could see this maybe having a little second run in the future. Let me get in. Never. There's never a second run.
Nothing. Well, fart coin's still there for you, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why is fart a meme?
I feel like I've always like poop jokes and fart jokes.
I hate
I'm like,
them.
yeah, it's like the lowest bar. It's like if you're 5, fantastic, hilarious.
I couldn't watch South Park for the first 5 or 6 years because that's all it was.
Yeah.
Go
I've
back
never
and
watched
watch
South Park. I watched like 2 episodes.
Oh, really? I watched the first 18. One summer I got a wild hair because I never watched it. I watched 18 seasons.
Holy shit.
18 seasons in a row. They only had 19 or 20 at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys are geniuses. By the 5th or 6th season, they got really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But damn, 5 seasons of fart joke. That's kind of wild.
the poop joke, yeah, it's like, it was really low caliber humor at first, and then it moved up the standard. I agree. That's the lowest bar for comedy.
Yeah.
So,
You did all this pondering and soul searching. Why are you doing the things you're doing now after going through that?
Yeah. So, I used to be at Amazon, and then for 2 years, I kind of built that business with Tara, and then a year of just experimenting a bunch of different things. I mean, what I found at each step was like, initially, it was fully like, oh, I want to make money. Like, these guys are doing it here. These guys are doing it there. Let me go figure out how to make it. Let me go figure out. And then there was a point where I was like, well, hold up now. All like this money is great. But I asked that question, like I asked you, I'm like, what's the end goal here? What am I going to do with all this money?
I'll never call it a North Star. I hate that.
Yeah.
But
He's going
Same
for
thing.
He's going for the South Star.
Yeah. Well, whatever, star. I'm like, well, I just want to. Now, the big shift was seeing money as like an end goal. It started as that and went towards seeing money as like how long of a runway do I have to do the shit I want to do?
Yeah.
To like live the type of life I want to live. And then I'm like, well, what is the type of life I want to live? And that's going to change over time. That's always going to change and be different. But for me, right now, I figured the past like year, I've just been in like trying different businesses solo. It's a lot of fun, but the most fun I had is when working with like one or two other people, not just like random people, but like competent people who actually know their shit and know what they want, all on this crazy ride. And there was like this agency thing I was starting that was like kind of taking off ish, not really, just like closing a couple clients type thing. When I got this offer to join this like fast growing startup, there's like 20 people, all straight killers. And I like dropped everything else in an instant to join it because I knew exactly what I wanted to do, which was I want to work with a bunch of cool people and build some cool shit and want to learn from a bunch of people. So nothing crazy, but that's pretty much what the past 2 years has led me to find is how do I set up my life so I have enough runway so that no matter whatever I do, however my mind changes, I'm just able to do that in that time period.
what's the life that you want, though? Because that's what you're building all that for, to achieve the life that you want, like
Working
right
on
now.
Cool things, man.
Yeah, work like majority of the day you're gonna work anyway. Like I've seen how retirement goes. Like I'm not gonna go retire. Like people just
He's
sit
got
there.
the cardigan for it, though.
True.
Yeah. I got the grandpa fit, but
Yeah.
because like out of all my grandparents, my grandpa is the only one who's like still working, running his real estate business in India, and he's the sharpest one living there. Like, and then grandma who's just sitting there just watching TV all day, not quite as sharp, and it's just
Hope
boring.
you don't see this.
She's definitely not going to see this.
This
South
is big
India.
in India. This is the biggest
This is
podcast in all
the
of
views,
South
all
India.
from
Yeah.
India.
Well, I'm on a
Yeah.
different platform over there.
Yeah. But so I'm going to be working for a lot of my life. So just working on exciting things, pushing the needle. What that is, I don't know. Then on the other side, just building a family. Yeah, I want to have a big compound with all my family and friends and a bunch of land.
Sounds like David Koresh, Waco, Texas.
You like Kool-Aid?
He loves.
Or is that a different? Yeah, Waco.
He loves cults, man. Dude, we're gonna call him Swami Aakash.
Yeah. There you go. That's a real goal.
That's it.
Yeah. Go full Osho.
Well, on that note, man, thank you a lot. I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Be good.